In case you want to know, that's Peter on the piano.
Yeah.
He also plays the guitar. And it's 11 o'clock and time to get rolling. So good morning, everybody. My goodness sakes alive. You know, this morning is a special morning. The reason is, I'll tell you in just a moment why it's a special morning. We want to just welcome you to this Center for Spiritual Living, finest, foremost, and soon to be the one place to be if you want a spiritual experience in Salem, Oregon. Just giving you a fair warning. This place is going to be packed. You won't get a seat, so you better get here early. Tell your friends if they're interested, get down here, because we're going to have some great times. Great times. And you know, we're not hard to find. No. Our sweet little Center for Spiritual Inspiration is conveniently located. Just think about that. You come up High Street, at the speed bump, just take a left. Just whip right in there. And you know what we call this lane that we come down to get a parking place? Well, I'm going to read it to you too. It's called Healing Hearts and Empowering Lives Lane. How does that sound? I like that. Woodland Chapel destination. So is there anyone visiting this for their very first time? I think I recognize everybody. Up over here. Hi. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. We like to say something about this time. No matter what spiritual path you might be on or not, boy, you're welcome here. You're going to find us very easy to get along with, and we appreciate you for being here. Okay. We hope you like what you hear. We hope you like what you see. We hope you'll come back. Okay. So yesterday was Valentine's Day. And, you know, we call this Valentine's weekend here because we want to extend the love on into today. And I have a special way to do that. I'm going to ask you all a personal question. Would you like a kiss this morning? I'm going to ask this young lady right here to come up, and a lady right there, the one standing up, come up and give me a hand with this kissing business, okay? Yeah. Okay, get all puckered up. And here, I'm going to give you something. Go out there and you just give everybody, not just one kiss, but two kisses. You can have that one. Two kisses. And you can have that one right there. Kisses are on their way, folks. Okay. All down there. Okay. And Peter's going to play a little bit of the strumming on that piano for us while we're passing out kisses.
Is that what we're going to do?
Don't forget Peter here either with a kiss. Don't forget the ministers up here.
Is this
coming out? I haven't had a kiss since this morning. Well, I woke up this morning.
Got yourself a kiss?
You were on my mind. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, Peter. You're being
You guys are doing great.
preempted here.
I don't think this mic is coming out, which is fine because I haven't said much. That's what I was thinking. See if we're getting. Oh, there I am. Cool. It's really for the best. You didn't miss much over here, but now we can confirm that I'm audible. You guys are doing great. I wish I would have played that song instead.
Are y'all getting kisses out there? Yeah. All is well. All right, we got to get started here. 11:04. Would you hurry up with those kisses? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, wow. Two. Okay. So with kisses left over. How's that? I'll take them home and make you get plenty. Okay, we have something. We should cover a couple of the announcements here. Well, why don't we do that? Reverend Julie, can you help with that? What's going on there?
Okay. All right. Well, downstairs is Soup for the Soul, and that has been one of our most popular dining experiences here. Whoever makes these soups are geniuses, so thank you all for bringing them. And come down afterwards and have a little repas. Oh, that was good. And it's a fundraiser, and because we own this building, and we are so lucky to own this building, and it provides us not only with a place to meet, many groups. I don't know if everyone knows this, but many groups meet here during the week. AA groups, Tai Chi, all sorts of groups. Other religions meet here. And so this building offers a lot of service. And Soup for the Soul is really inexpensive, $5 or whatever you want to. Beyond that you choose to donate is gracefully accepted. But it provides maintenance when we have things that need to be fixed. So that's one of the sources that we have revenue for fixing things. So yeah, come down and enjoy the company too. So I wanted to announce that we have an annual business meeting coming up in March 15th. Ides of March, isn't it? Yeah, March 15th. So be here, and which brings me to membership. All right, you guys, this isn't totally boring to talk about membership, but many of you already feel like you're members of the church, and you are members of the church, but here's the deal. We belong to a worldwide organization, Centers for Spiritual Living. And because it's an organization, and there's policies and all of the things that go along with that, each church votes during the annual meeting on anything that may affect the organization. And how a church gets to vote, how many votes you get, is based on the membership. So that's one of the reasons we do membership. So for those of you who are a bit like me, who forget to bring in their forms, there's some forms in the library you can fill out if you haven't returned your membership form, or if you just want to become a member of this organization. And let me tell you why I want to talk about that just for one minute. When I first found Centers for Spiritual Living, I knew it was like I am home, like many of you have felt. It's like, wow. But I didn't join because I just like an organization. I don't feel like I need to join an organization. And I didn't for a while. And then I took a class and I volunteered and I got to meet people. And then there came a day when I thought, I want to join this. And joining it was not about the church, but it was about me. Becoming a member of where I was spiritually fed was a commitment. And it was a commitment to my spiritual growth, because I had looked at a lot of places and everything. And I know spiritual leaders say, find your path and go deep in it rather than wide everywhere. So I gave up the wide everywhere, and my commitment to that was to go deep. So it's not just about joining membership so we can vote, but when you decide to become a member of something, it's a deep commitment. And I invite you to think about that, if that's how you feel or don't feel, but that's my story about membership. And then we have this week, Lit Up, where we get just lit up. And I'm good at announcing this one, I think, because I've been coming to the Wednesday night lit meetings, and they are just really nourishing, you guys. It's not a class. It's not like a normal class. It's a personal experience. And I stay on Wednesdays and drive home at 10 o'clock at night, an hour drive, so that I can be here for that, because it's that meaningful to me. So I just want to remind you that that's this Wednesday. And Cheryl, our speaker today, our adorable Cheryl. We have two adorable Cheryls, and this adorable Cheryl, who keeps things organized and running smoothly around here, will be our speaker today. So with an amazing, interesting topic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to bring up that I'm teaching beyond limits. Now, how many people feel like that sometimes they set limitations on themselves because I'm too old, I'm too this, I'm too that? Anytime you use the TOO word, then you're kind of putting yourself down a little bit. Or you can say, I'm too wonderful, I'm too great, I'm too everything. But this class, Beyond Limits, is a way to look at what your beliefs are and what limitations you've set on yourself, and a way to open yourself up to new experiences and new ways of thinking. And so I'd really invite you to join me. It's on on Tuesday evenings. It's from February 24th through the 14th of April, and it's from 6 to 8:30. I also announced earlier this week that anybody that's interested in taking a class during the day, I'd be welcome. I'd be open to that. So if you just let me know afterwards, if you want to take the class, but you don't want to take it at night, please let me know. Anyway, thank you.
All right. And to introduce that, I realized next Sunday I'm going to be speaking on one of my favorite topics, come to the edge and fly. And so then begin to go deeper in that in Cheryl's class of Beyond Limits. So, all right. Let us sing.
Should we jam, y'all? Let's jam. Our congregational song of the day is I Release. Sing and stand as you're able or want to. I release and I let go. I let Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, it's only up to God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, it's only up to God. Oh, I release and I let go. I let Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. I am wholly full to God. Yeah, no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yeah, it's only up to God. One more time. I release. I let Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yeah, it's only up to God. Oh, no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, it's only up to God. We're going to sing a couple choruses of a Dolly Parton song here that you may know, called "The Light of the Clear Blue Morning." There it is listed, right below the one we just sang. Just a few words. We'll sing it a couple times. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. I can see the light of a brand new day. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay. One more time. Yeah, I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Yeah, I can see the light of a brand new day. Yeah, I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay.
with that lyric in our hearts open wide. It's going to be a brand new day. I invite you to turn within and celebrate this one perfect moment we call now. This moment where we've come together, we've made the choice to be in this room in community, knowing that Spirit is the only power there is, and it runs through us and shows up as us in this brand new day. And I invite you to go deeper, knowing that whatever appearances, whatever distractions may have come into your life this morning before you got here, you're free to just lay them aside. Just lay them aside right now and open your heart even wider, because Spirit is here in this moment. This service is blessed and truly blessed by all of the people who magnify the perfection in this room. I am so grateful. I'm grateful for the music that inspires us, for Peter's energy that he brings to us today, for Don and Reverend Julie, for their messages to us before we even began this moment. I'm grateful for Cheryl for what she has to share with us, her message, her energy. We are truly blessed, and for this I'm grateful. With that gratitude in my heart, I'm lifted, I'm empowered, and I release the word into the law, knowing it is done as spoken and through grace so much more. So I invite you to join me in saying, and so it is. We have an affirmation today. Please join me in saying, it's blue in your program. My heart is open to the power of love. In its many forms, love has the power to heal, and so it is.
Good morning. For the new folks, my name is Catherine. In his book, Spiritual Awareness, Ernest Holmes reminds us that when a prayer is made with faith, it activates a living spiritual law that responds to our conviction and expectancy. We're not just wishing, we're nurturing a possibility with love and trust until it takes form. Just like anything else alive, our possibilities grow when we believe in them, bless them, and hold them gently in the light of love. How are you at loving your infinite possibilities? Did you know possibilities need love too? That's the title of today's reading from the Science of Mind magazine. South African author, philosopher, and social critic Mokokomo Mokohoho Ana reminds us, though you may love what you have not yet mastered, you cannot master what you do not love. So I may ask you again, how are you loving the journey you are on? Each decision, each choice, each step is like a domino gently falling into place, creating a pattern that stretches beyond what the eye can see. In the film The Karate Kid, who remembers that? Did Daniel love the wax on, wax off process in his training? No, he did not. He did not recognize it as preparation. He did not see the mastery hidden within the mundane. And because he did not understand it, he could not yet love it. How often do we do the same? Where in our daily lives do we dismiss the very practice that is shaping us? Where do we label something dull, unnecessary, uncomfortable, only to discover later that it was forming strength within us? There was a season in my life when I entered therapy after witnessing a traumatic event as a child. I did not love the process. I resisted the questions. I questioned the approach. It took time and more than one therapist before I began to see the unfolding. Eventually, something shifted. What I once endured, I began to embrace. What I once resisted, I began to welcome. Now I see it as sacred space. I see the possibilities opening, and I step into them with gratitude. And what about the ordinary moments? Washing dishes, folding laundry, taking out the trash, working out, even rising from the bed in the morning. These too are invitations. Can we find something to love there? Can we discover gratitude in the repetition? Can we expand our awareness of what is possible in this very moment? Mastery is not only born in grand achievements, it is cultivated in the quiet, faithful, loving attention we give to what is before us. And the bonus affirmation, if you'll repeat after me, if you'd like. I open my heart to the journey before me. I choose to love what is shaping me. Even in the ordinary, possibility is unfolding. I welcome growth in every moment. What I love, I grow. What I grow, I master. Thank you.
Feel it. I'm going to sing a song here that is a text adapted from a prayer known as the Serenity Prayer. Oh, love, give me serenity. There are so many things I cannot change. Give me courage to impact the things I can. Give me eyes so I can see that which is mine. Oh, love, give me serenity. There are so many things I cannot change. Give me courage
Give me eyes so I can see that which is mine. Oh, love, I'm praying for serenity. Oh, love, I'm praying for peace. Oh, love, give me serenity. There are so many things I cannot change. Give me courage to impact the things I can. Give me eyes so I can see that which is mine.
Thank you. Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Peter. Beautiful. Thank you. So, good morning. Isn't this a great day? Beautiful day. Yes, it's overcast, it's cloudy. It's supposed to snow maybe next week, but it's still part of all the beauty of this earth, and everything is given to us on this planet. So, I just wanted to talk to you today, and you saw my talk title probably, Risking Love. Well, what about instead of calling it risking faith, risking taking a chance, risking failure? Wow. Yeah. How many of us stop doing things or stop trying to be who we are because we're too afraid we'll fail at it? How many things do we not do in our lives? Like, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to do this. But no, I'm too old. I'm too this. I'm too that. You know, when you use that TOO word, it's usually to say that there's something lacking in you. I'm too much of this, so I'm lacking in that. So what I'd like to take this and make it into is limitations. Have you created a narrative within your mind of lack and limitation without even being aware of it? Have you reached a point to where you quit trying, quit doing something just because you feel like there's limitations to it? Like, can you think of something in your mind, just hold it in your head, that you feel like that you've set limitations on yourself about? Just hold that thought for a second. So how do we reconcile suffering and lack with the goodness or the love of God? Because we are limitless. We have no lack. That is all a preconceived notion that we built within our own selves, that we are limited. Well, by our bodies, well, we can be if we're not taking care of it, or if we're getting to that place where it's not, cooperating as well as it used to. But still, where have we created that limitation? What on earth gave us the idea that we had limitations? So then when we have these limitations, we start using excuses. Did you know that within a year, the average person creates 2,190 excuses in 1 year, usually about 6 a day? Yeah, it's primarily, we create excuses because it's to manage being uncomfortable, or uncomfortable emotions, or guilt, or fear, or to protect our ego. We tell ourselves lies. We tell other people excuses. We make excuses for why we're not fully meeting our potential. We make excuses why we're not fully embracing our possibilities. Well, I would accept an excuse, an excuse, an excuse. Why I'm not doing something. I've got the perfect excuse. And I have 6 more for today. Yeah. So when you start and you think about excuses, what you're doing is you're messing with the law of attraction. The law of attraction is that you're drawing to you what you are putting forth. And I'll tell you one little story. When I was in college, sometimes I'd have a big test coming up, so I would make up an excuse and call into work and say, I'm sick. I learned the hard way not to do that. Because every time I said to somebody, oh, I can't go to work because I'm sick, and I wasn't, I got sick. It was crazy to where I got to the point of saying, I'm not going to be there today because I'm playing hooky before I would say, I'm not going to be there today because I'm sick. Because what I was creating, I was attracting it to me by putting it out. Because our words are so powerful, so powerful. You cannot define yourself by something because then you will become that something. So when I start thinking about excuses, one of the things I read this week, which seems like it doesn't have any place here, but it really does, is the placebo effect. Y'all know what that is, right? It's when you think something's going to work, and so it does, basically is what it is. And so, anyway, it was a very funny thing I read. And so these, all of these drug manufacturers and everything, they have to run all of these control groups and these studies, and they do all this research. And so they'll take one group that will be the control group, and they will not receive the medication, even though they think they might. And then the other group, they believe they're receiving the medication, or they might. Well, what these 2 scientists did was that they told both groups they were receiving the medication. But one group didn't receive anything. Now, this is the crazy part. The people that did not receive any medication at all, 25 to 35% of them got well. Now, how did that happen? It's because they believed it would work. Now, on the opposite side of it was the control group, the group that did actually receive the medication. 35% of them didn't get well because they did not believe it would work. Is that crazy? That's how our minds work. Ernest Holmes has said forever that we have the ability within ourselves to heal ourselves. And if a placebo and a control group doesn't show you that that is true, that scientifically has proven that you can get well if you just think you're going to get well. If you think this is going to work, and if you truly, truly believe it, it will work. And if you truly believe it will not work, even if you're getting this great medication, this great thing that's going to improve your life, if you don't think it will work, it won't. And now, I don't know how else to say that we are proving through science that we are spiritual beings that have the ability to create whatever we want in our lives. If we want to create illness, we can do it. If we want to create health, we can do it. But you have to truly believe, and that's where everybody falls down. It's like, well, I think I believe, I believe, but maybe you don't, But what's holding you back from believing? What, you might look foolish if it doesn't work. Well, I really believed it was going to work and it didn't, so I must be foolish, right? Or the other one is, I just don't believe that that's possible. I just don't believe it's possible for me to heal. Heal your relationships, heal your finances, heal your health. All of those things you're able to do. Do you know that, when I was talking about excuses, it's like guilt and fear or to protect your ego. Do you know that we're only born with 2 fears? We are actually born with 2 fears. One of them is the fear of falling as a baby, and the other is loud noises. Those are the only 2 fears we have. All the rest of them we made ourselves. Whether we were taught that way, whether we thought that the society was saying, oh no, this can't happen, this isn't possible. If you believe that, then it's not. How more plain can it be than that? That you have to open up your heart and your mind to the realization that you are a powerful spiritual being, that you have these abilities within you. All of us do. But we don't believe it. Why? Why don't we believe it? Are we conditioned not to? We are more conditioned to have fear and to have all kinds of guilt and shame than we are to have the belief that we are perfect and complete just the way we are. How did we get to this point? Where did we fall down in that belief, in that knowing, that innate knowing inside of us that we have that ability? Was it just damped down? Or was it because it failed one time? And so then you say, well, I must not have had enough belief. If I'd had more belief, it might have worked. But sometimes things just occur. And sometimes your life is taking a different path than what you think it is. Sometimes there's a bigger and better thing out there waiting for you to experience, but you have to open up yourself and step out there and be bold in order to experience it. It's so much easier just to sit back and say, oh, well, this is just how life is. This is all I can expect. What can my parents taught me this, and I grew up poor, so I'm going to be poor for the rest of my life. I'm going to be this for the rest of my life. No, the rest of your life is right now, starting right this minute, right now. This is the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to move forward with it? Do you know that this is the whole point of this? Beliefs can manifest physical change because the mind and the body are connected eternally, always. You don't have a human side and you don't have a spiritual side. You have one being residing in one entity, and it is perfect and complete just the way it is. And I know, well, I could do better at this, and I could do this, and I could do that. You can make up excuses all day long if you want to. But the reality is when you can step past that feeling of lack and limitation, when you can just jump out of that area of thought, that's what makes a difference in your life. You don't hold yourself back. You don't allow other people's opinions or thoughts to hold you back. You don't allow what your mother said to you, or what your father said to you, or what your teacher said to you, what anyone ever said to you about who you're supposed to be. You don't do that anymore. You allow yourself to be the full potential that you are. But you know what? We get comfortable living in lack. I know this is all I have, and this is all I'm ever going to have, and this is as much as I can hope for. So guess what? That's where you are. That's where you are. But we actually build our little lives around lack or limitations because of just just different things in society. But then you look at people that have overcome these barriers, that have been bigger and better. What are they, better spiritual beings than you are? Does God love them more? No. They let go of the fear of losing, of failure. They let go of all those thoughts and just kept pressing forward, knowing they would eventually figure it out. I just remember reading, even Thomas Edison had, I can't even remember, thousands of attempts to create a light bulb. The guy that created the Dyson vacuum cleaners, he had a lot of prototypes until he got it where he wanted it to be. But, if the first one failed and the second one failed and the third one failed, you could see where, maybe I should give this up. But they had that vision, that thought that, okay, I failed this time, but I'll do better next time. I will get it. I will get it. I will get it. I will do it. And when you have that kind of a fire within you, when you have that feeling within you that you know that you are not limited at all, it changes everything around you. It changes your perception of other people. It changes your perception of the world. Because you realize, I'm sitting back, I'm living in lack. when I don't have to be, but I've chosen to. And I know it looks insurmountable sometimes. Sometimes we just feel like there's no way I can get over this, but I have found, I just went through a very, very busy time in the end of December through January, and I had this to-do list that was like this long. And when I first looked at it, I was like, I can't do this. But then I thought, yes, I can. And it's just doing one thing and then going to the next thing and going to the next thing. And all of a sudden, I was through my list. And I felt so good because I'd made it through. But at the time, when I first looked at it, I was almost getting myself into an agitated state, thinking, I can't do this. But yes, I can. Yes, I can. I can get through anything. Give me a purpose, put it in place, and then follow it. And I'm inviting you to do the same thing. Find a purpose in your life. Find something that resonates within you, that brings your heart joy. Whatever it is, find it. No matter how old you are, how young you are, whatever you think you are, find that purpose. And maybe your purpose is to volunteer at the animal shelter. Now, I couldn't do that. I can help do fundraising, and I did that before for others, because I would have 50 dogs if I worked in the shelter, because I could not leave one. If they looked at me the right way, okay, you're mine, right? But I know that about myself, but I can still raise money for them, which I've done. I can still do other things, other parts of it, that's still putting me in that purpose of working with animals. I don't have to have the one thing that I'm in there cleaning the cages and petting and loving them every day, but I can make a difference. I can have a purpose. It's the same thing here in this center. We have so many things and so many wonderful people that have made it a purpose to be a part of this center and to make it grow and to make all these good things unfold for us. Not by forcing it, but by showing up and being the person that's going to be making a difference. And it comes down to all different kinds of things. You know, maybe your thing, I always say that I have to give back. My time, my treasure, all of those things I have, and my talent, I have to put all of those to use. Now, do I sit there and say, okay, I'm going to give 10% of my time to my talent? But maybe you need to give 50% of it. Maybe you need to give a bigger portion of it. But whatever it is, if that's what feeds you, if that's what fulfills you and makes your heart jump with joy, then do it. Get out there, do it. Whether it be starting to take a walk every morning, waking up in the morning and say, I am going to take a walk this morning. And then getting up the next morning and go, well, it's kind of cold and it's raining a little bit, and so maybe I'll do it next time. But that's not following your purpose. That's not following it. That is just making excuses for why I can't grow. So how many times have you made excuses why I can't be better than what I am right now in this moment without stopping and thinking about there's nothing holding you back but you? Is that crazy? We do this to ourselves. Nobody else, we could have bought into somebody else's storyline. We could have bought into what somebody tried to tell us, I know who you are. No, you don't. Only I know who I am. And whatever you know about me is what I have shared. I'm sharing my life with you. Just like whatever I know about you is because you're sharing your life with me or with anybody in this chapel. Whatever we know about each other is because we have decided to be inclusive of the people around us, that we're making it part of our family. We're growing our family every day when we allow people into our lives. But we have to be part of other people's lives as well. We have to give back for the good that we get. It's a law of attraction. We attract to us what we put out. That's the truth of it. We are putting out there who we think we are, and how dare you think you are that person, right? No, but who you think you are. Are you showing up with confidence in who you are? Are you showing up comfortable in your own skin, it's time. What's to keep you from doing that? Nothing. Nothing except you. So Ernest Holmes says, each of us are drawing into our lives what we think into it. How the world appears to us is totally in our heads. Yes, there is reality. Yes, there is form. Yes, this is all just energy. I understand that. But whatever life you're having at this moment, if it's not fulfilling you and it's not enough for you, I suggest you step back and look at, what are you thinking into your life? What are you creating? Not what somebody else is creating, not what somebody else has done, but what you are creating in your life. Beliefs can manifest physical change. You believe it, it can happen. So I will just leave you with a little story about how I recognized this. I was in a car accident and fractured my spine. I was in a lot of pain until they figured out what was going on. And so it was not a pretty 2 years. Let's just say that. But I went to a doctor, finally, an orthopedic surgeon, and he looked at my scans and all that and was amazed that I was even walking. But I wasn't quitting. I wasn't going to quit. But he looked at me, and he looked me in the eye, and he said, I can fix this if you want me to. I said, yeah, of course. Yes, I want you to. Go right ahead. But by him looking me directly in the eye, and I could see that he truly believed that, I believed it. And so the day of the surgery, I had 3 friends that wanted to be there at the hospital with me, so they were all there. They were taking turns coming in and out. And the anesthesiologist comes in, and he said, you know, I can give you a little something to take the edge off a little bit here. And I said, no, I'm fine. He said, you're not nervous? I said, no. And I wasn't. I truly was not even a little bit afraid because I totally believed it would work. Absolutely knew. And I even had people, the little noises on the side, they say, oh, I had back surgery and I was in pain for the rest of my life, and oh, it never works, and blah, blah, blah. And I just like, close it off. I don't believe you. I believe this. And so what happened? I don't remember the first 3 days after surgery because anesthesia. But they told me 2 hours after I had surgery, and they said I was awake. I don't remember being awake, but I was up walking the halls. I was walking everywhere. Now, you have to talk about a person that was walking like, you know, barely could move my feet, you know, because it hurt so much, to striding down the hall. And that was 10 years ago, and I've never had a moment's pain. I've never had any kind of problem. But I know the reason is because I truly believed. Can you have that type of belief? That you can feel it within you, that you know that this is the truth of who you are, and you know this is the truth of the outcome? And that's what makes the difference, is that belief, is just finding it and having the faith and taking that risk to believe, even though you might feel like, well, I'm going to believe, but if it fails, you know, that's just the way it is. No. If it fails, it's because you don't believe it. You haven't embraced it. You haven't incorporated it into your mind and into your body. It's that simple. So, let's just get rid of that placebo effect in our lives, the one that says that even if I'm doing the right thing, it's not going to work. Let's take that placebo effect to the other side where I know it's going to work even though it doesn't look like it will. But I know it will. So, namaste. Am I done? I think I'm done. Am I done? I'm done.
Thank you, Cheryl. I'm going to play a song that I recently wrote. It has parentheses, which I enjoy, because I enjoy parentheses. The song is called I Can Love You Better, parentheses, because I love myself. Got a new perspective on the highest shelf. I didn't need to reach what wasn't on my level. And now that I've found a finer state of health, I think I can love you better 'cause I love myself. Well, I left behind a personal brand of hell. I was fetching out the water from a deep dark well. Yeah, I would carry it home on the back of my shelf. But now I can love you better 'cause I love myself. Oh yeah, I can love you better 'cause I love myself. No, I don't need you to need me, but I needed to find it down inside. I wouldn't say it came easy. I still gotta get out to read the signs. And ever since I came home from that wishing well, now I can't begin to fathom just how hard I felt. But now I'm filled with riches and I'm filled with wealth. And now I can love you better 'cause I love myself. Oh yeah, I can love you better 'cause I love myself. No, I don't need you to need me, but I needed to find it down inside. I wouldn't say it came easy. I still gotta get out to read the signs. Ooh, 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 with my new perspective on the highest shelf, I don't need to reach what isn't on my level. And I hope and wish for new a finer state of health. Oh, that I can love you better 'cause I love myself. Oh yeah, I can love you better 'cause I love myself. Oh yeah, I can love you better. Yeah, I can love you better 'cause I love myself. You got it. Yeah, I can love you better 'cause I love myself. Yeah, I can love you better 'cause I love myself. Hallelujah. Thank you, Peter.
Have we not had a great day today? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. Peter, wow. Is that not true? I mean, loving ourselves, I can love you better. Yeah. That's our message, too. Yeah, thank you. All right. So now is the time in our service where we get to love our center. We get to love our center with an offertory. So, may I ask Catherine and Michelle to come up and help us here. And yeah. Oh, Roy. Okay. All right. Roy and Catherine. Yeah. And Sue, get it together. So, in our bulletin is an offertory affirmation. And I love the words because they are so true. So can we say that together? Divine love moving in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And we seem to have lost our collection baskets. So while you're waiting to empty your pocketbooks, there is a card in front of you, a yellow card, and it looks like this. And if you are not getting an email from us and you're just dying to get an email every week, an extra email, to remind you of what's happening here, please fill out this card and hand it to me or Dawn or Cheryl, and we'll make sure that you stay in contact. So.
I am so blessed, continually blessed. It's proven in your life and my life, all life, that when we see that we are truly blessed, good things happen. Cheryl just gave us a simple formula that says, you give, you receive. It's a great circle of love. So I want to give thanks for you this morning, for being a part of us this morning. And we give you our hearts and we give you our promise that we will be for you at all times. So I am so blessed. You are so blessed. We are so blessed. And if you can agree with me on any part of that, let's together just simply say, and so it is.
Yes. And so let us stand and say our prayer of protection. It's in your bulletin if you're here for the first time. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Okay, let's get together for our peace song.
Let Yeah, very good. I can see.